This is my review on 2000's X-Men movie. X-Men gives us a 5 out of 10, but as a dumb puckle movie, it gives us a 10 out of 10. But I feel like this movie's wants to be more than just dumb puckle movie. It feels like it wants to be a really good narrative structure movie, but it doesn't feel that. And it feels really poorly edited at times. And it also feels like we barely got to know these characters, the ones that are on the Team X-Men. The team of the Brotherhood, even though they're not called the Brotherhood, they don't have a name. You know, if you're an X-Men reader or have watched the cartoons of the X-Men, the 90s cartoons, that was the only cartoon of the X-Men that came out before this movie for X-Men cartoons. You know that those are called the Brotherhood of the X-Men fight. But, yeah, I think part of me wants to give this a 10 because I'm such a big fan of the X-Men fan. I'm a fan of the X-Men, and I really appreciate the attention to detail they did for a more grounded version of the X-Men. But at the same time, it doesn't really feel like a very fleshed out world with the characters and also environments. It just feels like, you're supposed to, especially, it sort of feels like you're expected to, it feels like how the film's edited, put together for a final product. It feels like you're expected to give a damn and appreciate and give us a 10 out of 10 just because you're a fan of the X-Men, not picking out for newcomers, though. And, every movie someone's new isn't every, how Stan Lee said every comic book someone's new comic? Well, that can be said for movies. Every comic book movie is someone's first time watching somewhere out there. This is the first time their introduction to the X-Men. And they might be confused if they don't know the source material of that it's based off of. So, of what's going on mature at the time. In fact, if you're not a fan of the X-Men, you've never been introduced to them before the 2000s movie, and know nothing outside of the X-Men, of anything of the world and the characters, you'll be completely confused and baffled what's going on. But if you're a comic book fan, you would enjoy this if you know the X-Men. So it's like the Mayor King's Batman. It's only it really works as a 10 out of 10 if you know these versions know this character or this brand. But not if you're a newcomer for a new generation of audience. I feel that's how this, and that's what kind of bugs me, about why I have to give this a 5 out of 10, because it is a very confused vision, even though it feels very sincere and honest. In other words, it feels like they were really trying to get the comic book fans on board more than the newcomers on board. For people who haven't seen any X-Men content outside of this movie. And there's a chance that they might have lost that new generation, a good portion of it, from gaining interest in the X-Men, because look, this movie when it came out, it was more seen as a really good, campy, dumb popcorn film by audience and by critics, and less as a genius reimagining of the X-Men that makes you understand and care about these characters from audience and critics when they came out. And then, and I guess that's kind of a shame, because on paper, this works really well. But in execution for the final product, this doesn't work so well. Because I feel like there's pieces of the film's missing, all of it. And apparently a good 15 minutes was cut off of this movie. At least 15 minutes was cut off from this movie. And if you saw those 15 minutes worked into the film, on this, if you play this, go to special features on the original DVD release of this movie, you can play the scenes, how, you can play this, back in the day when, movies would let you play the deleted scenes that were going to be in the final product, but got removed for the final product. Well, got worked into the main film and got played at the same time, so it felt like one extra long film. And that's just coming back with Spider-Verse. That's what this movie feels. That's what this movie did for DVD special features. also known as featurettes. And if you watch, so you can watch the extra 15 minutes on the DVD if you if you go to the right, click on the right thing in special features, and you get to play the 15 minutes removed. At least 15 minutes got removed. Scenes that were going to be in the final product but got removed. Just because people didn't think that people had that much patience to watch the extra 15-minute longer film of the movie of this movie. The studio doesn't believe that. So, we got what this is, 5 out of 10. And I feel like if you saw those 15 minutes, you know, it's like, there's a lot more character development in those 15 minutes that are missing from the movie. Like, you know, this is the character's interaction, introductions to the characters that in the final cut didn't even mention, name dropped in the final product, like Kitty Pryde, and also this X-Men teaching class, and also, mostly, and more fleshed out version, introduction of the school, and, you know, all the things that could have made a really fun X-Men movie, and also a very clever X-Men movie. But, you know, that's probably not going, may or may not happen, that may not get released. I hope it does. The extra 15 minutes, like, of at least that got cut off from the film that got really edited down for the final product. I hope that gets released because those minutes that are missing from the film really actually gets you add some sort of depth and layer to the X-Men characters. And, while the final cut doesn't let you, you know, it doesn't really care about the X-Men other than the characters in the X-Men movie, outside of people on the Brotherhood, the bad guy side of the team. Majority of the time. So, I mean, did I enjoy this movie? Yes, I want to enjoy this movie, and I do want to give this a 10 out of 10 for selfish reasons. Nostalgia reasons for really enjoying the fun out of the fun when the film was fun and you know, didn't make a lot of sense. But I wanted to do that for Keaton's Batman. First two Batman movies was Michael Keaton's Batman. But then I stopped to think, realize how kind of a bit of a selfish that would be if I don't consider other people like you know, who are not aware of this brand of of this character or this brand of team. And I can't help but think that would be, if I was that person that like, let's say I was that person that wasn't aware of this X-Men, I wouldn't give it close to 10, but about 5 out of 10. So, really, if I gave this a 10 out of 10, or Michael Keaton's Batman a 10 out of 10, I feel I would be getting a 10 out of 10, not because I actually think it's good, but because it's you know, eye candy for nostalgic people that grew up with the X-Men and like the X-Men cartoons and the comics and stuff. It would be window dressing, but this was basically not anything. It's not anything more than you know, spoofing the nostalgia people for the nostalgia for the X-Men. But not for. But yeah, so that's just how I feel. I mean, and that's why I kind of feel like I really want to give this a 5 out of 10. And then I gotta take a seat back after I finished watching a movie like this movie and realize, well, I know I like those past versions of the X-Men and really care about them. But do I care about this new generation of the X-Men that's from 2000? The answer was no, although I did like the pleasing my nostalgic needs. But at the end of the day, it's like Michael Keaton's Batman. It might have pleased my nostalgia needs, but it didn't make me care about this new take on the X-Men at all. Any of them. Then X-Men 2 Unite came out. and kind of fix those problems. And have rewrite those problems for the sequel. So this goes, if you go to X-Men 2 United, you'll notice like a serious change in terms of Crawley's storytelling character development. So X-Men 2 United and X-Men 3, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And X-Men 1, I'm going to have to give that this one a 5 out of 10. So yeah, it is what it is.